You can see 2010 20 from the search. Now you can see 2010 download. Google is just filling all this, so the version you prefer, you can just take it and download for yourself. But you see, download Visual Studio. So take note, download Visual Studio. So let me open this in a new tab. This is the link, download Visual Studio. Why, this is the official Visual Studio Plus. So let me open this one as well. So take link of these two, because as you see, Google is more sophisticated than Bing. You know, I don't know the kind of crazy result Bing was giving before, but I think Google, yeah, beautiful. This is the page I'm talking about. This is exactly where I downloaded my Visual Studio from. The enterprise version, if you want the free trial, maybe you are a developer in your company and you want your company to have Visual Studio, you can go for the enterprise version. But as a single individual like me, this is the version I went for. You just come to you can just take this URL. I'll put this URL below the description of the video, so that you can come to this page immediately and download. Just come, click download community free. Yes, then you click this download community free. That should be. You can also see another link here where you can download Visual Studio, but I didn't use this link. This was the link I used. So you can also see up here that say free Visual Studio. You can also click. Well, power fluctuation. Yeah. Come and let me show down. Yes, you see Visual Studio Community. Just make sure the download is about to start. So you just save it on the folder where you know you can easily. So let me just put it on my download folder and save. And that's all. And you see, before the twinkle of an eye, the download will be complete. Just wait for the download to complete, and after that, it's about 2.9 meg. Just wait for the download to complete. So I'm waiting for the download. You can see we have two links here where you can download Visual Studio. I'll put the two links below the search description. This first link, you see free Visual Studio. This one you see download. They are both the same thing. They are saying are both the same thing. Now the download is complete. I'll open in folder. Open in folder. Then yes, then I run the application. Just double click to run the application. I already have my Visual Studio, so I'm just showing you this, and this Visual Studio comes up. It might detect an error that Visual Studio already installed and all those things, but let me just take you through some, especially where you can get the actual Visual Studio is really a helpful thing in this video, even if you can carry on the rest yourself, because it's internet installation. Once you are connected to the internet, Visual Studio install automatically on your system. And make sure you log into your Visual Studio, otherwise they will tell you trial. Log in using your Microsoft account. If you know you don't have one, you create Microsoft account. Okay, we'll just wait for the Visual Studio to come up. Let me close this one. This is the Visual Studio running. Okay, let me run my. Okay, just wait. I think let me pause. I think I'll pause the video for now, and we'll continue from here after the Visual Studio has popped up. Okay, welcome back. You see, after you launch your Visual Studio, the next screen that you are going to see prior to the previous one is this one. Here you have to choose the directory of where you want the Visual Studio to be installed in your C drive, but it is strongly recommended you leave it as the default. You see, the setup requires up to 5 gig across all drives, so you should know that you should have at least 5 gig free space. So choose the type of installation. This is what I was telling you about in the previous video. Now there is one suite, I just call it suite features, that has been added to Visual Studio. If you are using typical installation, Visual Studio will give you everything necessary for you, but when you come to this custom installation and click next, now this is what you are going to select. When you get to this part of the installation, after you have chosen custom, make sure you check this programming language. When you check this programming language, that means C#, F#, Python, and every other thing inside of C#, you have checked them. So make sure programming language is checked. Now, by default, if you use the typical installation, Microsoft Visual Studio automatically checks all these things for you. But when you come to this cross-platform mobile development, all these third parties, there are some third parties like C#, .NET, Xamarin, they won't check it for you. And this cross mobile platform is what we are going to be using in future videos, when I'll be teaching you on how to create mobile application across platforms. You just use one code to create an application for iOS, Android, and Windows Phone. So make sure you check this cross-platform mobile development. This is the sweet stuff I was telling you about. Then you can as well come to these common tools and don't really, but we usually make a parable by saying when you kill a snake, you cut the head. So just to fulfill your righteousness, you can as well take all this and you click next. Then they will give you a list of all what you have decided to install. Please make sure all these third-party applications, Java, else, everything, make sure they are all here. Please make sure you check them very well. And we are also going to be using this Visual Studio to create application for Windows 10. You can see iOS and every other stuff there. Make sure they are all here. Just check your platform again. Then I will show you what to do if you have already installed Visual Studio and you don't have all these things. As you can see now, setup requires 25 gig across all drive. It has increased because of what you have checked. But if you know your internet is slow and you know you cannot get 25 gig, you can just simply check programming language, and you can just simply check programming language and check cross-platform. Just check cross-platform and every other thing, every other necessary thing will be added, but this cross-platform, make sure you have it. We are still having a 25 gig, but trust me, it's not up to 25 gig. Now was not up to a gig when I installed it. So then you click this install button and your installation starts. You wait for this installation process to complete, and then you will have a Microsoft Visual Studio. This is, you just accept that yes, you want the installation. But I already have mine and I will cancel my own. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel like my video and make any recommendations. Thank you and see you in the next video.